Now, there are to be similar inspections at other amusement parks in the county, but it was, of course, at Magic Mountain last night that the problem occurred and 10 people were hurt. It happened when a control mechanism turned itself off accidentally, shutting down an entire roller coaster ride.
In Valencia, a heart-wrenching tragedy unfolded at Six Flags Magic Mountain, a place known for thrilling rides and joyous moments. The central figure in this sad story is Cherie LeMotte, a 25-year-old part-time worker who had been part of the park's team for roughly 2 years. One sunny day, during the early hours of the summer amusement park season, something went terribly wrong. Cherie found herself in a perilous situation. She was a roller coaster attendant, responsible for ensuring the safety of the park's visitors on one of their exhilarating roller coasters. Unfortunately, while performing her duties, she experienced a horrific accident. As the clock neared 3 p.m., the park was alive with excitement. People of all ages were looking forward to enjoying the roller coasters and the rush of adrenaline. The sun was shining, and the air was filled with laughter and the joyful sounds of people having a great time. Cherie's role was to ensure that everything ran smoothly, that passengers were safe, and that the ride operated as intended. However, on this fateful day, the routine turned into a nightmare. Cherie, while trying to cross the roller coaster tracks, lost her balance and fell onto the path of an oncoming train of roller coaster cars. These cars were packed with joyous park visitors who expected a day filled with laughter and adventure. The collision between Cherie and the roller coaster cars was devastating. It happened so suddenly, leaving no time for anyone to react. The impact resulted in the loss of a young life and a profound tragedy that shook the park and its visitors to the core. It all happened when she walked onto the roller coaster tracks. She was trying to cross in front of the loading area where she worked as a roller coaster attendant. However, at that moment, a 5-car train filled with excited park visitors was waiting in a staging area, ready to start its thrilling ride. The roller coaster had been stationary for a short time and was about to restart its exciting journey. Unfortunately, as Cherie stepped onto the tracks, the roller coaster train suddenly began moving. It began its journey again, and Cherie was in its path. She was thrown from the tracks into a pit below, and her injuries were severe beyond any chance of recovery. Paramedics quickly arrived at the scene, but Cherie LeMotte had already lost her life. It's important to know that, at the time of the accident, the roller coaster train had just started moving from a standstill, traveling at about 4 miles per hour. Under normal circumstances, this might not have been a significant event. But on this tragic day, it led to the loss of a young life and deeply affected the amusement park community. This sad incident reminds us that even in places meant for fun and excitement, safety should always be a top priority, as even a small mistake can result in irreversible consequences. Right after the accident, someone from the California Occupational Safety and Health Administration, CalOSHA, went to the park to check things out. They had an important job: to carefully investigate the accident, talk to people who saw what happened, and closely examine all the equipment used in the park to make sure it followed safety rules. This investigation was really important to understand why Cherie LeMotte had such a tragic accident. They wanted to find out if there were any problems with safety, issues with the equipment, or mistakes that might have led to this terrible incident. It's worth mentioning that CalOSHA, the agency that looks after safety and health rules at work in California, had only received one complaint related to Six Flags Magic Mountain in the last 3 years. This complaint was about safety for employees near water at a particular attraction in the park. After checking it out, they found that Cherie LeMotte was trying to do her job by helping passengers safely exit the roller coaster. But there was a mix-up, and she ended up in the wrong place, where passengers were getting on the roller coaster. As she tried to move, she slipped and fell into a 4-foot-deep pit. Just as the roller coaster was coming back into the station, the roller coaster hit Cherie, and she didn't survive. Investigators were sure it wasn't anyone's fault, and it wasn't on purpose. It was a sad reminder that life can change in an instant, even in places meant for fun and happiness. After the sad event at Six Flags Magic Mountain, the park's management, represented by Six Flags California, responded with deep sorrow and a strong commitment to prevent such a tragedy in the future. One important thing that came to light was the clear rules given to roller coaster employees. They are told very clearly not to cross the roller coaster tracks until the train is completely inside the station. These rules are there to keep everyone safe. both the park employees and the visitors. In response to this sad event, the park acted quickly. They made the hard decision to close the Revolution roller coaster. Okay, let's dive into the history of this roller coaster. This roller coaster first came to life in 1976, which was a special year because it was the 200th anniversary of the American Revolution. The Revolution roller coaster was a big deal because it was the very first roller coaster with a giant loop. Its name, Revolution, was a nod to the American Revolution and the loop design. The ride was known for its incredible loop where passengers went upside down, defying gravity and making hearts race. Up to 20 riders could go on it at once in 5 cars. Once the ride started, it lasted for about 2.5 minutes and reached a top speed of 55 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest rides in the park. The best part was the teardrop-shaped loop. When riders went through it, they felt a strong force, like 5 times the force of gravity, which added to the excitement. Over the years, the Revolution roller coaster became really popular at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Its unique design and thrilling experience made it a standout ride, not just in the park, but also in the world of roller coasters. It even appeared in famous movies like Roller Coaster and National Lampoon's Vacation. As we think about the sad event at Six Flags Magic Mountain, it's important to understand how rare accidents are in theme parks. Even though any accident is upsetting, experts say that they almost never happen in theme parks. American theme parks are exciting places that about 270 million people visit every year. People go there to have fun, laugh, and make wonderful memories. When we look at the big picture, we see that accidents in theme parks are very rare because the parks really care about safety. To give you an idea, all theme parks in the United States report less than 5,000 injuries that need some treatment every year. What's even more amazing is that less than 2% of these injuries are serious enough to put someone in the hospital. This means that most of the injuries in theme parks are small and don't need a lot of medical help. When we compare these numbers to other activities, it gets interesting. Going to a theme park and enjoying the rides is actually safer than playing a game of billiards or even using something as simple as toothpicks. This shows that theme parks are very careful about making sure everyone stays safe. People who really know about theme parks say that accidents like the one at Six Flags Magic Mountain are very rare, especially when we think about how many people go to these parks. They want to make sure everyone knows that theme parks are still safe and fun places, where you can have a great time without worrying too much. While the sad incident at Six Flags Magic Mountain reminds us to be careful in theme parks, it also reminds us how unusual accidents are. The theme park industry cares a lot about the people who visit, and they always work hard to keep everyone safe. So when you visit a theme park, you can feel confident that they care about your safety more than anything else.